Here are 5 things you must never do when you're with a woman or she loses sexual attraction. This applies when you're dating or when you're in a long-term relationship. And if you follow my advice, you'll turn her into the most loyal being ever, bro. Now, this is not going to be some red pill bullshit from the deeply insecure manosphere, bro. I'm not going to teach you toxic games or play into your fears like never trust a women only care about your wallet and stuff like this, because unlike them, I am actually secure about myself and my flaws, and I have a high quality relationship. So what I teach you today is going to be a cheat code to attraction. Let's define the concept of loyalty first. To make someone loyal, you must give them something they care deeply about. In other words, give them something that makes them feel great. And that applies to all humans. Now, when it comes to women, women are absolutely suckers for feelings. That's what they most care about. And at their core, women have 5 primal desires that when you satisfy them, she's gonna go crazy for you, bro. Those desires are physical and emotional safety, emotional connection, leadership, and adventure. Now, depending on the type of women you're with, some want more safety than others. Let's say Tiffany the Throat Machine, aka the girl you see on the Manosphere podcast, gonna want more adventure than an Aphrodite, a high quality woman who is ambitious and cares about her health rather than the amount of dick she can fucking suck. So once you understand what kind of girl you're with, you can make an assumption about her dominant primal desire, and just like that, you avoid doing things that turn off that particular primal desire. And guess what? I'm going to teach you a list of things you should never do, broken down by primal desire, that makes it super easy for you to follow. First of all, one thing that is going to be a game changer for you is this. You must understand that primal desires are primal. Ignore what modern society, Hollywood, or female dating coaches preach about attraction. Think of attraction in terms of what would be attractive to a woman thousands of years ago. Traits that increase survival, competence, raw masculine energy. It's not love. Love didn't exist up to a few hundred years ago. We have invented love to romanticize sexual attraction, but at the expense of raw primal desires. That's why so many marriages break down nowadays. Most men focus on Hollywood love and neglect raw primal desire. Primal desire number 1 is physical safety. Now, what makes her feel physically unsafe around you? When you look like a Homer Simpson or a skinny bitch with spaghetti arms. Why? Because you don't convey strength. Women are attracted to fit, muscular guys because it signals strength. And strength and force signal protection to her. If a woman perceives you as physically weak, it's gonna turn her off, man. If you look like Captain America, you're gonna score 20 points. If you look like Steve Rogers, you're gonna score 0 or maybe even get negative points, bro. The second thing that will make a woman feel physically unsafe around you is when you lose your temper, especially when you're physically strong. Women subconsciously know they are physically inferior to you in general. So when you lose your temper, her fear fires up and she's gonna feel extremely intimidated by you, especially if you're like a big guy. Primal desire number 2, emotional safety. This is fucking important. I'm gonna give you a simple technique later that builds crazy emotional safety. Emotional safety means you should never ever judge her. Create a judgment-free zone. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't playfully tease her or make fun of her now and then or set healthy boundaries or put her in her place. For example, I sometimes call Sandra Pumba when she has a period of emotional eating. Look at her, bro. She's got visible abs. You know how difficult that is to achieve as a woman? So obviously me calling her Pumba in that moment is a tease. She knows I'm teasing her. I'm not being serious. Now, if I would be serious and I would tell her she's unattractive and it is disgusting, that would be shaming her. That's judgment. And you should never ever do this, bro. Unless you want her to leave you. Then do this. Be my guest. Now, another big mistake I see men make is when they try to fix her or invalidate her feelings when she's looking for empathy. When she vents, when she yaps about her bad day, don't step in and offer an immediate fix for something she hasn't even fucking asked for. Women sometimes just want to yap. Sit there, listen for a few minutes, give her a hug, and she feels super safe around you. And here's a cheat code to build emotional safety. I learned this in finance and in sales, and I realized this is a game changer for my relationship. It's called labeling and helps you display empathy towards her feelings. So it works like this. It sounds like plus insert emotion you pick up. It sounds like this upsets you. It looks like this is really annoying you. It feels like you're unhappy about this. You see how charming this actually is? So if you don't build emotional safety for her, you fuck up one of the most important primal desires, because emotions are a woman's main language. So if she cannot express herself freely and safely, she's gonna leave eventually, bro. Now the next primal desire is emotional connection. And emotional connection is a fucking big one. High quality women have one crazy desire: to be seen, but not for her beauty, but for her heart, for her soul. Now, when you unlock that, she's gonna be mad crazy for you. But 90% of men are incapable of doing this. They fuck it up. So here's how most men fuck it up. They operate in extremes. They are either hyper-masculine, like an Andrew, and completely shut off emotions. They don't share any feelings. They refuse to open up. I've recently watched some Red Bull gurus say, never admit any insecurities. The stronger you appear, the more respect she will have. I see what he's trying to do, but it's absolutely toxic, bro. That's why he also doesn't have any luck with high quality relationships. So never deny a woman to connect to your feelings, unless you want to have a relationship where you aren't yourself and you have to fucking fake it. Now, the other extreme I see guys make is oversharing. I call it acting like a Kevin. Now, when you act like a Kevin, you share every single insecurity and fear you have, but you don't share it to keep her emotionally connected. Kevin does this because he's scared. He's looking for reassurance from her, and that turns every woman off. She wants a man that is able to share his vulnerabilities without projecting his fear onto her, without collapsing, without needing her. When I only had $20 left in my bank account, I told Sandra. When I was fed up with my business, I told Sandra. That was a few years ago. She's still here, bro. Why is that? Because I told her I'm gonna fucking figure it out. And I did. I conveyed strength in a vulnerable moment. And guess what? That's sexy as fuck. And that leads me to the next primal desire, which most men fuck up. Leadership. Leadership is your ability to be assertive, dominant, and in your masculine energy. Now, most men are passive. They are too afraid to playfully tease her, to create a man-to-woman frame, or stay assertive when they're in a relationship. So I need you to stop being anxious, stop being lazy. When you become passive, you don't show up in your masculine energy, and that shuts off her feminine energy, bro. You guys whine and complain about the lack of feminine energy in women, yet you act like little bitches around women. It's you who's the problem, bro, not her. And displaying masculine energy is fucking easy, bro. Here are a few simple tricks I do on a day-to-day basis with Sandra, and I break it down into 2 basic concepts. Bro, why do women always leave me? Like, I don't get it. I don't have any problem getting women, but I can't get them to stick around. Man, I was the same until I booked a coffee chat with Gene. He helped me and countless of my friends to actually become really good with women, either in attracting or keeping them around, bro. You should book a coffee chat with him as well, man. You want to know how to book it? Go into the description, click the link there, find a slot that works for you, bro. Number 1, chivalry. Holding doors open, helping someone in her chair, old school stuff. On top, I use direct, assertive language throughout the entire day. Sandra, give me XYZ, please. Sandra, let's go here. Sandra, can you make my food, please? When we enter a restaurant, I walk to the table and I pull the chair back for her immediately before she even sits down. Bro, a woman is happiest when she can switch off her brain while she's around you and she can float through life. That's all a woman wants. Also, never set boundaries like a fucking coward. Don't say, Sandra, could you please stop doing this, please? Own the fucking boundary. Be willing to lose her if she's disrespecting you. And you don't have to become an asshole about it. You can say, Sandra, I really dislike when you did this. It made me feel XYZ. Sexy as fuck, bro. Now, talking about sexy. Lots of you men lose so many attraction points by not being charismatic. There's one thing women absolutely hate in men. It is when you're boring, predictable, and lack a sense of adventure. Her 4th primal desire is adventure. So stop playing it safe and stop holding the joke back. Women love when you put them in their place, when you banter with them. It creates emotional spikes in her. Tease her without harming her. Keep it playful. Never be the boring guy that lacks ambition, only grinds, and has lost all sense of fun, bro. That's why monk mode is a trap. Because how many monks are good with women, bro? None, bro. Now, coming back to teasing, how do you actually playfully tease her? I call it competitive teases, and you can use it on a date or in a relationship. Let's say you two are at a bar or a coffee shop, or you go for a walk or whatever, and she does something silly. You can use a competitive tease that combines something positive with something negative. So when she's clumsy, you can say, are you always so adorably annoying? Or let's say you've been on a few dates with her, or you're in a long-term relationship. You can say, what did I do to deserve someone like you? But say with a smirk. This works because because it creates ambiguity. It creates a level of uncertainty that women love. It shows you don't need her, but you want her.